kuwa in the middle of an organization, but you lead effectively. There's a leader over you, but you lead effectively. You can even learn to make an impact through your leadership if you report to someone who is not an effective leader. That was the key. Learn to develop influence from wherever you are in the organization of ministry by becoming a 360-degree leader. You learn to lead up, lead across, and lead down. Kama uko katikati, unaongoza juu, si ndio? You need to learn how to lead up, si ndio? You take your leadership up, you take your leadership down, you take your leadership across, because you're just somewhere in the middle of an organization, but you need to be a leader even at that level. In the following 6 lessons, we'll study principles that will help you lead effectively from anywhere in your ministry or organization. First, let's look at some myths believed by many people who do not hold the top leadership position. Sindio? Let me just borrow 3 people, yeah? Let me just call Ian and Monica and Langat, just come. Organization A. Monica is the positional leader. Yeye ndiye CEO wa hii organization. Huyu ni mfanyikazi, si ndio? Hawa wengine ni wafanyikazi kwa hiyo organization, si ndio? Sasa one of the myths ambazo hawa wanaweza kuwa kibeba is that I can't lead if I'm not at the top. That's some belief that people have, that I cannot lead unless siku ile nitafika wapi? Unless I'm at the top. Lakini the issue is hawajaijua leadership, because if they knew how leadership is done, they can lead from any place. You don't have to remove this guy for you to give leadership in that organization. But some people think you cannot lead unless you're the person at the top. But you can, and I'll show you how. But that's a myth you need to get out of your mind. The number one misconception about leadership is the belief that leadership comes simply from having a position or title. So this guy, he is our leader. He has a position, he has a title. Sasa sisi wengine wote tunaweza kuwa tukidhani uongozi lazima itoke kwa mtu mwenye ako na position or title. That's something you need to get out of your mind. You don't have to be the husband or the wife to lead the family, to give leadership, not to take position. Hiyo lazima uiondoe kwa. There's a difference between taking position and giving leadership. So we are talking of giving leadership. Sindio? Sawa sawa. Nothing could be far from the truth. That if you believe that lazima uko in a position, you are far from the truth. A place at the top will not make anyone a leader. This guy being at the top does not make him a leader. Getting a position will never make you a leader. Sindio? You can have a position, but you don't have leadership. You only have a position. So getting a position never makes anyone a leader. Getting a position never makes someone a leader. Sindio? There's another book that will love you to lead, the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. There's a law of influence. It states well, the true measure of leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. So kama huu ni leader na hawezi tuongoza tufanye kitu fulani, yeye ni leader wa kiti tu. Yeye sio leader. Yeye ni kiti yako nayo. Si ndio? As potential leaders, learn the dynamics of how to grow your influence. Then the leaders, they discover that the position has little to do with the genuine leadership. Influencing others is a matter of disposition, not position. Sindio? So what you need is to know that you are a leader and you use the right skills to lead from anywhere in this organization. Huyu ndio tuliweka akuwe chairman. Sindio? Huyu ni meba na huyu ni meba. Sasa meba wanasema, kama ningekuwa chairman, kila kitu ingekuwa imechange. Hiyo, when you grow in leadership, you discover that is not a true statement. You don't have to be the chair. You just need to do. Kama ningekuwa bwana wa hii family, kila kitu ingechange. Kama ningekuwa pastor, hii church ingekuwa na mamilioni ya watu. Let me give you a quick example. In the book of Exodus chapter 18, 13 to 26. Sindio? We have another person here. This is, let's imagine now, Ian is Jethro. Sindio? Jethro is not part of the organization. Jethro keti hapo. He's not even part. He has no position. Zero. He happens just to be the father-in-law to Moses. Sindio? So kwa organization yeye hana cheo, yeye hayuko from number one to the last, hana jina mahali popote. Yes, iko akufagia. Yes, he is just a relative to Moses, si ndio? Moses anaongozaga nani? Waisraeli, si ndio? But let me tell you, at the end of the day, Jethro ndiye aliongoza hao Waisraeli. Jethro ndiye alikuwa anaongoza hao Waisraeli, sio Moses. So Moses anaongoza mbaya. Si ndio? Jethro ana watch. Si ndio? Jethro ana watch. Lakini sasa shida yetu ni sisi tukiwatch, we want to take over. Tunasema tutoe yule ndio tuweke yule. That's not supposed to be happening. Si ndio? That actually sometimes brings a lot of conflict, a lot of confusion. Si ndio? Especially in some debates on what leadership we're talking about. Si ndio? But you don't have to. Jethro hakusema kwamba sasa nichagueni nikuwe Moses halafu niongoze hao watu vizuri. Jethro alielewa that he is a 360-degree leader. You can lead from outside. I wish you know that. I wish you really get this. You'll have better organizations, better families, you have things doing very well. Jethro, the father-in-law of Moses, unaona kwenye ameketi. Vuruta kiti yako kando, usikae kama mtu ako kwa church. Weka huko. Jethro, the father-in-law to Moses, held no official position in the leadership structure established by Moses and the children of Israel. He has no official structure. You don't have to be the officials, because leadership is a skill, and if you have never been trained on one, then kunaweza kuwa na ka challenge pale, si ndio? So Jethro akona what is his strength? Jethro akona skills za leadership. He is a leader, by the way. He is not a positional leader, lakini ile amejaza maisha yake ni skills of leadership. I wish you do that. Even without a title or position, Jethro influenced the top leader. And through Moses, Jethro ultimately influenced the entire nation of Israel. Let me tell you, if Jethro hangekam, hii nchi haingefika kwenye naenda. Jethro akiwa pale kwa kiti, alianza kuanalyze vitu. Kwa sababu anaona akona macho ya leader. Si ndio? Akona macho ya nini? And that's what you need to have. That you can be a son in a family, but you have the eye of the leader. You can be a member of a church, but you have the eye of the leader. Unaangalia vitu from a leader's point of view, not from a member's point of view. A leader's point of view. Because as a leader, you have a lot of responsibilities, and yours is to give people vision and direction. You cannot see very far if you're handling small things. You will never see far. You're supposed to be seeing very far as a leader. Sindio? Sikio ndio uko juu ya wote. Unafaa kuona huwezi ona mbali kama unaangalia viatu zao kama zimepigwa rangi. Uko na socks. Sasa ni kiongozi, uko na socks. Unaona hauna socks. So you cannot do that as a leader. Get other people to do that if that is important. Usikubali watu wafanye uongozi kama hawajai get na leader kuambiwa vision. Sindio? Otherwise what you'll have is confusion. You'll never have people with a vision. Sindio? So but now it's not his responsibility to look for me. I'm supposed to look for him if he is appointed leader to give him the vision. But Moses hangefanya hivyo kwa sababu hana time hata ya kuchagua watu. So he was able to communicate the vision. Actually hawa watu alichagua wote, aliwapatia vision yake. Aliwafunza, si ndio? He developed an action plan. Number 3. He developed an action. Sasa behave kama leader sasa. Sio kuketi tu pale kwa kiti. You can have people queuing 300 people in front of you. Next. That's not leadership now. Si ndio? He selected and trained leaders. He selected and trained. He did not just pick them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 5 wote wakuja hapa mbele. That's not how he do it. He selected them and he trained them. Si ndio? Before he even gave them the job. Now he has time to train them. He released them to do the work. Aliwacha wafanye nini? Wafanye kazi. He released them to do the work. Anawacha waende wafanye hiyo kazi. Si amewatrain. Si anajua wanaweza kazi. So akawaachilia wakafanya nini? Kazi. He did only what they could not do. Zile kazi ambazo hawangefanya, hizo ndizo alifanya nini? Alifanya. So, have you believed the myth that you cannot lead effectively because you are not in the top position in your organization? If that was your myth, think about Jethro. But you're going to know that even the way Jethro communicated to Moses was very, very important. Was very, very important. You don't just come and jump on the leader. Wewe unaendesha huko aje, wewe weka viongozi wengine. Not that way. There's supposed to be a skill. If you're in the middle, there's a way you can speak to the leader. Ukuta huko tena. What could happen in your organization if you believed that you could lead effectively from your current position? What could happen if you believed that you can lead from where you are? You don't fight the position, but you give leadership. Things would change a lot, as Jethro was able to prove that.